All right, welcome back to the show. This is the upstairs framing. I don't have a lot done up here, but I figured I'd put a video out just to get you guys back into the framing mindset. I know I'm excited about the upstairs. I should have this done in, I don't know, probably by early next week. But as we go through this episode, I'm going to show you how to frame up a wall with a door opening. We're going to talk about a little bit of safety in this episode. But other than that, it's pretty simple. It's kind of the same stuff as downstairs. We've got a lot of, there's 3 bathrooms up here, so we'll take you through all that. As I said before, these are new plans that I designed, so as I build it, I might have to adjust it to make sure my plumbing and stuff fits between the joists and stuff like that. I think we're pretty good everywhere. There might be a couple minor details that I have to change depending on how things lay out. But we're going to get started. Got all this prepared right here. Only took me about 10 minutes, so that went really good. And I pulled this temporary railing down. I'm going to start here and get this wall built for obvious reasons. Kids aren't here, and that way I can get that wall up and then get some cross bracing on it, so it's back protected again from somebody falling. But I'm pulling my 16 on center from this wall. And then what I do is I lay my top and bottom plate, and then I just use my square after I measure to mark both of them at the same time. And I got that measured all the way down. I got my walls marked, because there'll be a closet right here, then a bathroom, and then the laundry room from the upstairs. So we got all that marked. So I'm going to go ahead and get all the studs prepared and laid out. And we'll get this one built and stood up here in the next half hour, 45 minutes. Alright guys, I got this short little wall. It's a 9-foot wall. It's got a door opening in. It'll go into this bathroom right here off this bedroom. And even though these are not load-bearing walls up here, I always put like a 2x6 header in at least. I mean, you'd be fine with a 2x4 header, but by putting a header in, you really strengthen this whole door opening. And over time, the door opening and closing will stay strong if you do that. It's not necessary, but it's a little extra work, but I think it's worth it in the long run. Nice rainy day out there. Looks like the garden's getting some water. Anyway, I'm about to frame the opening of this closet, and it's a 6-foot closet. I want a 48-inch double door, so I'll show you guys how we mark that and build it. And I'm going to put a 2x6 header in above it, just to give it some extra stability, just like I did on that door going in what will be a bathroom right there. So I want to find the center of my opening. This is a 6-foot opening, so I'll find 36 inches. We got 36 inches right there. It's the center. Now it's going to be a 4-foot opening, so I need to go 2 foot both ways. And then for a door opening, for a rough opening of a door, even though this is the center of a 48-inch opening, you need to add 2 inches. So I'm going to make my center now 25. So I'll mark it at 0 and at 50. and 50. Now I know that's my rough opening, so I don't have a whole lot of framing I got to do on each end. And then I'll add a header in up top. So let me get the rest of this marked out. This is going to be difficult here. One hand. So those will be my jacks. And you got to measure over 1.5 inches. Those will be the kings, and then there will be a stud at the end. And I'll do that at the other side. Jacks, 1.5 inches. Kings. And then this end is a little bit different in the fact that it overlaps this end wall. So we'll make a mark right there. There'll be a stud right at the end, and then there will be one right there. So on the inside of the closet, there'll be something to attach the closet to. So this is the bottom plate, this is the top plate. I got it all marked out. So now I'll cut all my studs, and then we'll cut the jacks and the headers and get it all put together. If you want to know the size of your header, the length, it's your rough opening plus 3 inches, because it's going to sit on top of the jacks. So your rough opening comes to right there, but your header has to come over to here. So I have a rough opening of 50 inches. So I need to add 1.5 inches on each side, so that's 53. So I'm going to cut a 2x4 53 and two 2x6s 53. There's the header pieces. There will be some cripples in here, which I like to do after I get it all nailed together, then I put those in. The only other thing I have to do is I have to cut the jack studs, and those are the ones that go alongside the king and hold the header up. A rough opening from the floor up to the top for an 80-inch door is 82.5. You add 2.5 inches, and that's so when you add your finished flooring, so carpet or 3/4 inch hardwood or whatever it is, you have enough room. So 82.5 inches is what I need, but I got to subtract this bottom plate because the jack stud is going to sit on this. So I'll cut at 81. I'll cut 2 at 81, if that makes sense. If I was to measure here up to 82.5, I would be too high. So I got to subtract 1.5 inches for that bottom plate, and so I got to cut 2 at 81. I'm not sure what's going on with my camera. It shut off, I think, while I was framing this. So this is the bottom plate, which will get cut out eventually. You got your jack stud, king stud, and your other studs. And then you got your header, 2x4 that goes across, sits on top of your jacks. And then I have a 2x6 header that is nailed to that. Now, I got to cut cripples that go in there, and they just go 16 on center across there. So we're going to cut those, put them in, and then we can put the wall up. 4 1/4. 4 1/4. Alright, so I always put one on each end, and then my 16 comes off that, so there's 1/16 on center. Time to stand the wall up. Moment of truth. See if it fits. All right, well, I didn't get a ton done today, but I did get a lot of prep work done. All these walls are ready to be framed in, got the edges cleaned up. Started framing in this room, got this whole outside wall against that living area space out there done. Got this closet framed in, got this door into the bathroom framed in. And there'll be a bathroom right here. We'll have a tub, toilet, and a little vanity. Then there'll be a nice sized laundry room right here. And then the hall will come down right here. So, man, we just had some serious rain, a little bit of hail. I don't think the house got damaged at all, but pretty bad storm just missed us just to the north. Got torrential downpour out of it, but garden got a nice water. These outside walls up to there are framed in, and like I said before, those are not load bearing. So I just did 16 on center. I put 2x4 on each edge just to, help strengthen that wall. Down below, you can see I didn't go all the way up to the windows with these because the drywall just has to screw on here, and this is all overfilled with foam, so I would have had to dig a bunch of that out to take that all the way up. And it's not necessary because it's not load bearing for that window or anything. So now we're ready to build some more walls, and basically I marked out the hallway. I got one line there, that's the edge of these rooms. So I measured off that corner out to where the edge of my wall is, and then I came down here, did the same thing, snapped a chalk line, and then this is the edge of the wall that goes down along here. So we're gonna get, hopefully get some of these walls built, get this room closed in over here, and maybe even this one. So. On this section, I'm working on this section right here, and I want to get it all squared up and everything before I nail it to the floor and stuff. So what I do is I'll use straps to push or pull the wall basically and get it square, and then once I get it square, I put crosses on it in different places, just angle bracing to hold it in place until I get all this tied together with the second top plate. But I find this works pretty good for me. I got a couple braces here on the floor going up, and it's all nice and square. And so now I'm gonna add this wall down along here, which will create this hallway. So not too bad. I got a wall to put in through here. That'll separate this laundry room from the bathroom. And then, I add a couple walls, and then these rooms are gonna come to shape really fast. All right, guys, I know a lot of this is basic for most of you who have any kind of home projects or whatever, but when you're using a miter saw, you need to be cognizant of where both your hands are. If anything gets hurt when you're using a miter saw, it's going to be your hands. So what I like to do is I like to place one hand off to the side to hold the board, and then my other hand is on the saw. Obviously, you want to have safety glasses and ear protection on. But anytime I've ever got hurt working in construction, it's because I've gotten in a hurry. So just slow down, take your time. You know, being in a hurry gets you nowhere. And I struggle with that. I'm always trying to get stuff done as fast as I can. But take your time. This is no joke. There's a lot of professionals that get hurt every year. And it's not because they don't know what they're doing, but it's because we get in a hurry. We want to get things done, so you try to take a shortcut or whatnot, and it just doesn't work. So the best method is hand holding the board on one side, the other hand's going to run the saw. Or you can hold it the other way. But what I've seen is a lot of guys do this, and I actually know a kid who did this, and he cut his arm really bad. So it can happen. Never cross your arms. That's just a bad habit to get into. So those are just a little basics. And for me, I have kids. So when my kids are around, one thing, it's a pain in the butt, but one thing I do is when I'm not around my saws, I unplug them. Because I just get nervous that their curiosity will get the best of them and they'll try to start them up. So that's just some quick safety on the table, or on the miter saw. And we'll talk a little bit about the nail. All right, so another thing I want to talk about is nailing. So if this is like one of my bottom or top plates, and then this is my stud, these are 3 1/4 or 3 1/2 inch nails is what I use. And if you're holding the board right here, there's a chance that nail could follow the grain of the wood, come out and hit you in the hand. And I've seen this happen. So when you're getting ready to nail, you want to hold back far enough that nail, if it comes out the side, isn't going to hit you in the hand. It's just a quick tip, and you always need to wear safety glasses whenever you're using pneumatic tools, because I've seen these nails go through, take the grain, come out of the wood, and go sailing across the room. So appreciate you guys watching. Getting as much done as I can. I know this isn't moving as fast as we'd all like, but I got family, got other things I got to take care of. So I'm doing the best I can, and we'll bring these shows to you as soon as I get them ready.